Hey Internet, I'm the Cow Says Moo. Welcome to the first episodes of, or first adventures of Dr. Moo, episode 6. Sorry, I'm still trying to get my tongue around that name. My new Let's Play for Minecraft 1.2.5 with a ton of mods. First I wanted to show off just some basic cosmetic changes I've made down here. Nothing too significant. And certainly nothing permanent, but I got tired of the kind of mishmash patchwork of smooth stone and dirt and whatnot. And then up here I also replaced the floor with just some plain wood for right now. It looks better than the grass and it doesn't make that annoying squish squish sound. And then I extended the walls up here for this area. I think eventually once I get a saw I will cut these down to anti-covers and then put a piece of wood over here so it looks all uniform up here on this floor as well. I'll probably end up having to put a strip on the outside just so it looks uniform on the outside. So I guess it would be an anti-cover and then the strip and then the cover. But anyway, once I get a handsaw, I'll get all that part figured out. And I also extended the roof line over here on this side, so I think the roofs here are going to be kind of pitched this way, and then this middle part is going to be no, wait a minute. So the roofs over here is going to be pitched this way, and it'll have another floor here actually, possibly too, and then this middle part will be pitched this way, and then this last part will be pitched again that direction, just to give it kind of an interesting roof line. Again, I'm going to need that handsaw though before I can really start working on the roof. I've got a bunch of diamonds now, so I might get to that today. We'll see. Mainly though, to begin with, I think I want to start with just a little bit more Thaumcraft stuff. There's some other basics I want to do and get started before I kind of abandon the Thaumcraft up in this area and end up trying to find another age for it. But there's just a few more basics I want to get sorted out before I do that. So let's come on up here and get a few things together. I think all my crystals are still in here. Yeah. Let's just get like 3 of each. One, two, three, four, five, six. Cool. And I'll need a few feathers and some glass. My feathers might be all downstairs, yeah. Some redstone's probably downstairs. Smooth stone is probably over here, and I think I'll need some of that. Let's go ahead and just grab all of that, I guess. Anything else up here? Nothing else up here looks too important, I don't think. Oh, let's get a wool and a string. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Maybe an ender pearl. Gunpowder. Yep, nope, that looks pretty good. I think that's a good start. We'll head down. Maybe I'll get a few pieces of wood just in case I need some more enchanted wood. There we go. Which type is that? Regular wood? That's fine. Alright, then we'll come down here and I'll get some iron and some gold and some coal and some redstone. I've got a little bit of enchanted wood, so I may as well grab that. Well, and if I need anything else from down here, I guess it's already down here, so that's okay. Nitor, do I need Nitor for anything, maybe? I might. Well, I'm starting to run out of space, so I'll just leave that down there. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to make a thermometer, basically, but to construct that, I need a vis detector and a taint detector. So we'll start off with those. And those both require a compass. So we'll make 2 compasses here. Just plain old vanilla compasses. There we go. Then we'll put those in the infuser, and we'll put one with a V crystal and a piece of gold. And that'll give us our V's detector. Oh, it didn't use up... Oh yeah, it did use up the compass. Okay, that's right. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not right. I'm pretty sure it used up the compass. And then the other one is a piece of gold as well. Oh, and I don't have quite enough. We'll just throw in half of this stack. There we go, taint detector and beast detector. What they do is, if you put the beast detector in your hotbar, you can click on items and it'll tell you how much V is in that item. So I've got 60 V inside of this tank right now. And if I come over here and drop off something, let's get rid of that wool for the time being, and pick up the beast detector, or the taint detector, I can also detect how much taint is in something. 240 taint, holy crap. And 60 V's. So, but now I can combine those two together and get a thermometer which will detect both at the same time. So that's cool, and that just takes one of each of the crystals that are left over, plus the V's detector and the taint detector. And there we go, thermometer. Now it'll detect both taint and V's. And it gives you just a little bit more details, 50% capacity. So there we are, thermometer. And also down in the bottom right corner of the screen, you can see the V's levels and taint levels of the actual chunks that we're in. So as we walk around, you can see that the V's level lowers just a little bit in this chunk than it is in this chunk over here. So, interesting. But that's a very useful tool for just figuring out how much taint and V's I have left. The next thing I think I want to make is for research, and it's just called a quasitum, and I think it's a regular crafted item. Yeah, there we go. So 3 smooth stone, 3 gold ingots, a feather, glass bottle, and ink sac. Pretty easy. I think I've got some glass somewhere. Well, I know I've got some glass somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Let me just be right back while I figure out where I put my glass. Alright, I found my glass. It was over here in this chest. So we'll need to make some glass bottles first, which I think are this way? Yeah, glass bottles. Cool. And then we'll look up that recipe again. There we go. Oh, and I need a feather, which is also over here. And I need an ink sac, don't I? That's upstairs still. Let me grab that ink sac. Alright, so much for being ready for this. There we go. So, feather, bottle, ink, 3 gold, and 3 smooth stone will give us a quasitum. And this quasitum is used for Thaumcraft 2 research. It's a really awesome looking table first off. And then you right click it and you bring up this interface. And what this interface is this is the reagents that you're studying, these 3 slots. This is your primary reagent, and then these 2 are reagents that just boost your success and potentially your loss rates. But they're used up, but they don't directly go to the research itself. It just boosts the % chance of whatever you've got up here. This slot's for paper, because you need pieces of paper to write down your notes as you're making discoveries. And this is just where all your discoveries will fall, and that's your progress bar. So it's pretty straightforward, really. Let's get out my digger's backpack and grab a few stacks of cobblestone. And we'll come over here and get a little bit of sugar cane and turn it into paper. May as well turn it all into paper. We're going to need it eventually. There we go. And just throw that in there. And what I'm going to do is, to begin with, you just put cobblestone in here, and you've got a 1% chance of success, 0% chance of failure, 75% chance of loss. But if I were to put a piece of cobblestone here, and then a piece of cobblestone up here, I now have a 2% chance of failure. And if I give it one more source to pull from, I give it a 3% chance of failure. And since it's just cobblestone, I'm happy with 3% chance. I'll probably get, 4 or 5 pieces of knowledge out of these 3 stacks. And considering how common cobblestone is, that's not too bad. That's a good starting point. You have to start somewhere with Thaumcraft research, and that's a nice, safe, cheap, easy place to start. So now that we've got that quasitum, let's get maybe a couple more interesting toys, I guess, from Thaumcraft out of the way, and then we'll start working on something else. I think the next thing I want to work on is this Boots of Striding, and you can see it, but I don't think you can get a recipe from here, no. So what it takes is a vaporous crystal, an air crystal, a feather, and a pair of leather boots. And I think I should have plenty of leather, so we'll grab the feather from down here, and then go on upstairs and get the leather and turn them into boots. Oh yeah, look at that, 45 pieces of leather, no problem. Here's a pair of boots. Then we'll come back down here to our infuser. Leather boots, vaporous crystal, and a feather. Can I add a V? 10 V's. Maybe I just need more. What do I want to put in here? Let's put in some sugar cane. Since I've got a nice farm outside making this stuff, that seems like a good safe choice. Alright, what am I at now here? I should have plenty of yeast now. Why isn't this thing going? Vaporous crystal? Feather, leather boots. I'm not sure. I'll be right back. I'll look it up. Alright guys, I figured it out. It's not actually a vaporous crystal, it's an earth crystal. So there we go. I don't know why I was thinking it was a vaporous crystal, though. I guess it still really makes sense in my mind, anyway. But it's not my mind that matters, is it? So, as you can see, with these boots, I can actually jump all the way up to the ceiling, even though it's 4 squares up. And you move just a bit faster, which is awesome. Zoom! So for all of 50V and not much in the way of materials, you run faster and you can jump higher. Pretty cool. And also, I think in the new version, yeah, you can run straight up full block steps like this. Sweet. That's actually probably one of my favorite things about them. Cool. So let's see, what else do we want to try making? What do I have here? I think I had a piece of wool, didn't I? That was over here now. Yeah. So let's try enchanting a piece of fabric here, which is, let's see, wool and string, I think, and one of these crystals. I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Gives us a piece of enchanted fabric. And what can we do with this enchanted fabric? Well, first off, I'm going to need a singularity, which is what I was needing these for. I remember now. A singularity is made out of nitor and elementum. And then enchanted fabric and my ender pearl. Gets me one of the kind of more fun, cool, neat objects in Thaumcraft, in my opinion. This tank is going to get full on taint again. There we go, portable hole. Neat, neat, neat little device. You just hold it and click on a wall that's not very deep, and you can walk right through it. Makes this cool, you know, starlight effect right here. Zoom. You can also go through floors and ceilings. If I could fly, I could jump right up through that hole. Or I can come from up above here and just boop. Awesome. As you may have noticed there, one of the other side effects of these boots of striding is that it reduces fall damage as well. So I just felt like, I don't know, 6 squares right there and didn't take any damage at all. So that's totally awesome as well. There's one last thing I think I want to try to make right now. And I've actually never made this before, so we'll see. I think it is just a piece of enchanted wood and a fiery crystal. And I'm probably out again. I'm just going to release this all into the atmosphere, I think. Poof. Yeah, that was a big burst, but I don't have much other way to deal with it at the moment. I will try to clear that taint out later. Let's oh, it still needs more. How you doing now? How you like me now? Pretty good. Alright, looks like I'm gonna need just a bit more reeds or something to throw in there for to turn into Vise. Stupid doors. There we go. Come on down here and see how my automatic farm is doing. Oh, look at that. Plenty. There we go. Looks like 1 or 2 more should do it. Here we are, Wanda Fire. Awesome. So, let's see how this thing works. I don't really know. Like I said, I've never used it before. Never made it before, nothing. Let's go see if I can find some bad guys somewhere. Hey, there's a mouse. What is he doing? Get off of me, mouse. That was crazy. So far I'm a little underwhelmed. It didn't do a whole heck of a lot to it. Not with these boots though. These boots are awesome. Well, it looks neat. It's an impressive effect, but it doesn't really seem to be doing a whole heck of a lot. Ah, there we go. There we go. Dead bunny. Aw, poor dead goat. Die, goat. Give me your leathers. There we go. Cool. Well, that's pretty neat. I don't know how much use it'll be, but it's kind of a fun toy to play around with. I might eventually get it enchanted if I can and see if I can't make it a little more useful. But for the time being, we'll just put that up. And I think that's probably enough for a starting point of Thaumcraft. Let's come down here to the Quastum and see how it did. Just one piece, but not too bad. Like I said, considering how cheap the cost is here at the moment. Put in a couple more here. There we go. See what we keep getting. Good way to burn off some of that cobblestone at this point in the game. And I will keep that thing filled up off and on here even when I'm not mentioning it on camera, just to try to get a bunch of those fragments of lost knowledge. So we've got a starting point of some serious research once we get moved into the new facility. If and when we do, of course. I plan to, but you know how plans go sometimes. Throwing stuff back up here. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes once I decide what else to do. Alright, one of the things I'm definitely needing to do is I keep running out of space, so I think I'm going to upgrade a couple chests here. Let's just go ahead and grab some iron ingots and start using something from one of the new to me mods, iron chests. And the recipe for iron chests is just is that reinforced iron? I think you can use just regular iron. Okay, there we go. Regular iron ingots wrapped around a chest. So let's go ahead and just break one of these chests, which sounds maybe a little silly, but that's okay. And get one of these chests here. Got a chest? Yes, I do. There we go. And wrap iron around it. There we go, iron chest. Let's plop that down here and open it up. And look, that iron chest by itself has as much space as both of these two chests did. So I can dump these things back in there. Let's see, I probably had a miner's backpack. There we go. And pick up the rest of this stuff and dump them back in there. Alrighty. And then I think I'm going to do the same to this one. And we'll just right shift click and dump stuff back in there. And the rest of that is dusts and stuff, which won't go into the bag. Dusts, see? And industrial craft bits. That looks pretty good. Maybe there's something in here, so we'll get rid of that too, just in case. Alrighty, and then we will turn the chest that we just picked up into an iron chest as well. Cool, there we go. So now we've got one chest down here that's got all the capacity we had before. Where do I want to put this other iron chest? I'm going to take it upstairs. Maybe I'll put it right over here, actually. I think I'm going to put it here because I think in the long run I'm going to leave a little chest right here by the door. So this is probably as good a place as any. There we go. And let's start just throwing crap in there. Crystals and enchanted wood and runes. We can throw that in there too. Let's get my forestry backpack out and just dump it in there. Because some of that stuff was probably from forestry. I don't really know what was in here, to be honest. Anything else around? There we go. Cool. What do I have in here? Yeah, silverwood leaves. Why aren't you going in there? Go in there. There we go, much better. And I thought I had a bunch of Thaumcraft research stuff. Is it over here in this chest? Yep, there we go. Perfect. So those two look good. Not taking up any more space, but I've got twice as, well, about one double chest more worth of space combined total. So that's awesome. Let's see, what else do we want to do here? Give me just a second and I'll come up with something interesting to move on to. Alright, so I've got a couple ideas of things to do, but first I kind of want to just share with you guys what my vision of this world, I guess, will be. This is going to be my main house right here, and it's just going to be housing upstairs, a small workshop downstairs. That's really about it on this side. Then I think I'm going to rig up some sort of train or monorail system to go over to this hill, and there will be a couple little huts over there, and then mostly like automated farms. Maybe some automated bees somewhere over there or something. Tree farm, other big forestry farms. And then a village, much more sparsely populated, bigger buildings with maybe some outlying farms and sheds and stuff like that down through here, and possibly around through the front of this porch here, or overlook here too, so kind of down through this area. I don't know what I'm going to do with this ravine in the middle, because I know the testificates are going to be jumping off these ledges and getting stuck in this ravine, but I'll figure out something. I'm considering doing something over on this side, but I kind of like the way this side looks, pretty much just natural, so I might not do a whole lot with it. Maybe build up a few trees here and there or something, and maybe fine-tune what's already there, but I think I'm going to leave it for the most part. I might extend my rails to go over into this area and then maybe make it like a nature preserve type or something, because that overlook over there is really kind of cool. Let's get down over there and we'll take a look real quick. Yeah, halves falling damage, but when you're jumping as far as I am right now, you're still going to take some. So see, this area over here is really neat. You've got the big ocean views and the kind of weird rock formations and stuff. I think I might leave this area fairly natural. Like I said, add a few trees and just maybe a water feature or something, waterfall coming down one side, or I don't know exactly but mostly just leaving it nature based and not build up in this area. I'm going to definitely put a few more silverwood trees just kind of scattered around, protecting this area from taint, and raising the Vs levels a little bit. That is one thing that's definitely going to be downstairs, is a couple ways to try to maintain these levels, not necessarily boost them too high. I just don't want a repeat of my last Let's Play where I've got taint coming in. And I know a couple episodes, or maybe even last episode, I don't remember exactly, I was saying that I was going to go to the different ages and get one age for this thing and one age for that thing. I think I'm going to try to limit it to just 2 ages. This one and one other one of my own design. This one I will have some mechanical things set up. Like I said, some automated farms over here. I think I'm going to go back towards my spawn point back here and set up a sorting system and a couple other basic things like that. Automated processes though. And maybe have just a little bit in the ways of bees over here in this area as well. But that'll be about it for this age, at least initially. As I get, you know, far into the end game stuff, I might start doing a bit more. But that'll be about it for this one. I might put a quarry way back there by my spawn, just well out of view of my nice pretty village and nature areas and home, but still within this realm, so it's functioning when I'm here, which is a fairly important thing for a quarry to be doing. I decided there's not much point in spreading everything amongst too many different ages, because things only work in dimensions if you're in those dimensions at the time. And since I've also got Twilight Forest and Tropica and the Nether, I just thought that splitting my time between more than 5 or 6 ages just seemed to be a little ridiculous. So the other age I'm going to try to set up with maybe something like I'm trying to decide what biomes I want, but maybe jungle or jungle hills, river, and I haven't decided yet, but I think I'm going to go one more and go with the medium and just kind of try to get a nice high Vs area. So maybe like forest for the next one, because forest and jungle tend to have high Vs. And then do Thaumcraft and bees, because I'll have the jungle. Maybe I'll do swamp, so I'll have jungle, swamp, and river. And then I've got a place to raise jungle bees, swamp bees, and then regular forest and desert and that sort of thing type bees. Or forest and plains, I mean bees. You know, the whole noble lines and industrious lines, because those just work in normal areas like rivers and plains. And then I've got room for my Thaumcraft stuff and probably my equivalent exchange stuff in that age. And possibly a few other automated processes, like I might do like a cobblestone generator and an obsidian generator and that sort of thing. And it would make sense that those are probably in the magical age rather than this age. And that's about it. But I'm definitely going to use a little bit of rails and going probably from this second story or maybe over there and traveling over to that big hill up above the village, just because I think that sounds neat, and possibly traveling to a couple of these other peaks because it sounds kind of like fun. And then several automated processes in this age, and then have one other age for Thaumcraft and a few other automated processes, and then definitely making jaunts into the tropics and the Twilight Forest just for raiding various different things and getting new materials, and of course the Nether for a few basic things that you need to get done in the Nether. So that's my kind of big picture for this world. Now that I've got that established, maybe we'll press on with a few other things. I think I'm going to probably move on to a bit more Industrial Craft 2 farming, see if we can get a little crossbreed action going. So let me get a few things together and I'll be back in a sec. Alright guys, I'm back. So these, oops, I must have stepped on that one. But these have been all doing pretty well. I've come down every now and then to harvest them. To harvest, you just right click and you'll leave the plants behind but pick up whatever it is they're growing. So as you can see, I've got, you know, a bunch of watermelons and some melon slices. And same with the wheat. You just pick them up and you leave your plants growing there. It's pretty awesome. Pick up the pumpkins and pick up my reeds. However, this little area isn't really designed to be just a standard farm. I'm really wanting it to be a place for crossbreeding. So I'm going to get rid of the plants in the middle for all of them. There we go. And get rid of the plants on this side for all of them. And we will get our hoe out here. And let that irrigate for a second. There we go. And put our hoe there. And so this one we've got melons. Let's try crossbreeding melons, I don't know, with pumpkins maybe. I don't know what we can possibly get out of that, but it sounds like fun. So we'll let those pumpkins grow a bit. This one's wheat. I think I want to cross wheat, not with pumpkins, with reeds. And where did my reeds go? Probably in the bag. Yep. So let's cross wheat with reeds. And then let's cross reeds back here with wheat. And then this one's pumpkin. Let's cross pumpkin maybe with roses. I think you can do roses on these. Yeah. So we'll try crossing pumpkins with roses. That's crazy. So let's put down our crops here. Or our second line of crops, our crossbreed crops. So as you can see, I'm doubling up, and they're cross-hatched now. And give all those things a couple minutes to grow. I'll keep an eye on them, make sure they're not getting weeded. And once I start getting a little bit of success, I'll be back. Alright, one other thing I decided I do want to do here is I think I've got a good handle on what the weeds look like here. So I'm going to get rid of those weeds and I'm going to try planting cocoa beans here instead. And I think you can do it. I thought you could plant cocoa beans. I know I've done it before. Well, let's get rid of that plot and try again here. Nope, there must be something special you have to do for cocoa beans, so I'll get that figured out. And I'll keep an eye on these while I'm looking that up, and I'll be right back in a bit. Hey, there we go. I'm not quite sure what I did, but I got the cocoa beans planted. All I did was remove the dirt from there and put it back, rehoe it, and it worked fine, so we'll just see what happens. So far I haven't got much in the way of weeds or anything here, and some of these are growing up pretty good. I'm starting to get a little bit of growth here from this wheat. So we'll just keep an eye on these for a while, and like I said, I'll be back once I start getting a little progress. Hey folks, so while I was waiting here, I just kind of ran around and right-clicked these flowers, accidentally, actually, because I had weeds growing here. I was just trying to get into here and kill those weeds, and I knocked the top of the rose off and it gave me rose red, which is cool. So now I've got regrowable rose red right here. Kind of neat. I'm sure you can do the same thing with dandelions as well. But also while I was just sitting here waiting, I ran over to my automated reed farm and grabbed a bunch of reeds and turned them into books. I think I'm going to take these books down to that quasitum and feed them in there, because books are actually a really good research component. And since I've got the automated farm, it's not costing me anything to do that. So let's use those instead of this cobblestone, I think. Looks like I got 7 pieces. That's good. 7 fragments of knowledge. So whereas 3 cobblestone was success rate 3, 3 books is success rate 15. So way better, which is awesome. And like I said, as long as I'm in the world, I'm generating sugar canes, so it's not really costing me anything to do this. So I think I'll throw those in there instead. So anyway, let's head back to the farms and just continue keeping an eye on those for the time being. I kind of wanted to just see it happen. The industrial craft farming is another thing kind of like forestry bees that don't really make compelling video, but I just want to kind of show you guys the gist of how this works. Looks like we got something over here. So my flowers and pumpkin looks like they're crossbreeding into something, and that's not weeds, so we'll just let it grow and see what it is. It could very well just be pumpkin or flowers, but there's a chance it's something special. So we'll take a look and see. I've got 3 other things here. These 2 I'm kind of hoping turn into something, I think it's called stickweed. I don't really remember what it does, but I know that it's something you can get, and I have no idea what this might do. I just picked it at random, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, I'll just keep an eye on these and come back if I find anything interesting. Okay, it looks like I got something growing right here. It looks like it's probably just wheat, but we'll see. So 2 down, 2 to go. Back in a bit. Well guys, I'm just not having any luck with this crossbreed pumpkin melon at all, so I think I'm just going to get rid of it. Harvest those things up and kill them off and recover some seeds if I can. Looks like I got a little lucky and got both of them. And I think I'm going to put some wheat here and some dandelions here. We'll see if we can't cross those. So now we've got wheat and dandelions, wheat and reeds, wheat and roses, and wheat and reeds again. That's a pretty good mix. And of course this here is just our cocoa beans that I'm hoping to get a few more seeds of, because I only got 1 cocoa bean from a chest down there. Alright, so as soon as we get something besides weeds here, I will come back and we'll finish up this episode. Alright folks, so it looks like this one turned into a pumpkin. I just harvested it and got a few pumpkins. And this one was definitely wheat, but when I harvested it, I got these unknown seeds. So to identify them, I'll need a crop analyzer, but I'll also need some industrial 2 power, which I don't have yet. So I'll just stash this for the time being until I start getting a little bit of power and I can charge this thing up. But as I said, this one here is a pumpkin, and I don't really want pumpkin. I'm looking for some of the new items, so I think I'm going to harvest that one. Oh, and it looks like I got another unknown seed, which is cool. I'm sure it's pumpkin seed because that was a pumpkin plant. But I think I'm also going to get rid of this pumpkin on this side and plant 1 more wheat over here. And then put my crops in. So now we're trying crossing wheat with 1 of 4 different things. Well, 2 of them happen to be the same because they're both crossing with reeds. But then I'm also crossing with dandelions and roses. Maybe I'll go get something else to try to cross wheat with. Oh, that's a weed. Yeah, let's go up and see what else I could try maybe crossing wheat with. See if there's anything else I've got seeds for. I've got flax, but I know they don't work. Trees. Pumpkin. No, I'm not really seeing anything else that I could try. Maybe I could do 2 wheat, but I don't think I'll get much out of that. But it's something different than what I've got down there, so maybe I'll just do that anyway. Maybe I'll just do 2 wheat. Let's see how that one turns out. Close you. So I'll get rid of one of these reeds, maybe this one here, and put one more wheat. So now we've got a wheat and a dandelion, a wheat and a wheat, wheat and a rose, and a wheat and a reed. And we're just crossing all of them, trying to get something interesting out of them. Looks like we got something started to grow here. That's cool. Looks like it's wheat, but it's hard to tell at this point. And we've got 3 of these unknowed seeds. Oh, one of them is for sure reed seeds. That's cool. And we'll stick them in a crop analyzer once we get that. Get a little bit of IC2 power, but we're not quite there yet. Probably a couple more episodes. I'm going to need to do a little more mining off camera and get a couple more diamonds before I'm really ready to start my IC2 and sorting system. Kind of like the one I did in the last one, but with IC2 in the last Let's Play, but with IC2 power generation as well. So I'll just kind of keep an eye on these for a little while, but I think I'm going to wrap it up for tonight. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Got to see a little bit of cosmetics. We did some Thaumcraft stuff. I kind of explained what really my grand view for this Let's Play is, and then we came down here and started attempting to crossbreed things without much success so far in IC2 farming. And hopefully I'll see you again for the next episode. In the meantime, have fun and keep mooing.